You just crossed over into the female zone.
Biggest red flag is when a man thinks he can hook up with as many women as he wants, and he believes that women can't. And when he believes that his value doesn't lower because of the amount of women he slept with, but a woman's value does lower because of the amount of men she slept with, to me, that is a disgusting way to think. You know, if you believe that a woman's value lowers because of the amount of people she sleeps with, then you yourself should hold yourself to that same standard. Why are you holding other people to unrealistic standards that you don't even hold yourself? That's really pathetic and it's really sad, and I can tell that you just have a very small ego.
I can smell the failure.
Oh, princess, you used a key word there. To you, it's disgusting. That's the way you think. Thankfully, reality, the world, and everything else doesn't revolve around what you think, your feels, or whatever the hell is in that little noggin of yours, even though there's a whole lot of space left over. The reality is that men have the right to decide the attraction levels of a woman, just like a woman has the right to decide the attraction levels of a man. If a man says, hey, women with low body counts are attractive, guess what? That's their preference. And you think that a man having slept with a lot of women lowers his value? Sister, it's the exact opposite. I mean, I'll prove it to you. Show me right now where the demands of a bunch of these women demanding for a guy who's a virgin. Go ahead. I want to see that. Prove it to me. Where's the overwhelming demands for men that are virgins, that have zero experience? None. Women are not attracted to virgins. It's just a reality. It's not something that men decide. It's how women operate. And for as much as you want to say this and that is disgusting, guess what? Most women actually think that a guy who's got a lot of experience with a lot of different women is a better lover. The evidence is in the quantity. If he's able to slay that much punani, if he cracks that many tacos, he's dang good at it. The guy who cracks no tacos, he probably can't because he's either a creep or, simply put, has got no skills. And it's the opposite for women. Men are not looking for a woman who's extremely experienced in bed. She could be the biggest slut in the world. No, actually men value purity. When you understand the world does not revolve around you, things will start working out for you. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
All right, guys, come after me. When I'm on a dating site and I'm reading your profile, and the first thing I read is, my kids come first, I get the ick. I mean, yes, your kids should 110% come first. But if you're having to tell me that, if that's the first thing you want to put out there in the dating world, I don't know, I feel like you're trying too hard. Prove me wrong.
Where are the men who love women and wants a real woman in their life? One of my favorite creators here just said she was stood up 3 times in a row. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's disciplined, she has a good job, makes good money, has some hobbies, and she could cook well. What is going on in the world?
So I was sitting here pondering, and I've came to the realization that women are perfect, because if you really think about it, every scenario, the man F's up, the man is always ruining things. Women are perfect. We give kindness, reassurance, we give everything. We are so kind and so understanding, and it is always the man that is messing up. But also, if you think about it, if women are capable of that, of holding together a relationship, of fixing problems, of doing this and that, and always giving while also working on themselves, why are men not capable of doing the same? Men are incompetent. Men are incompetent, and that's why I got from point A to point B. Men are incompetent, because if I'm able to do that, why aren't you able to do that as well? Why is it always the woman giving, doing all this, doing all that, and then the man just can't, he just gives up? Okay, so you're weak, incompetent, and broke.
Quick question for the men, like from a guy's perspective. If the girl that you're dating, you're seeing, like you guys go out to the bar together, you're with like a group of friends in a social setting. She sees or like runs into one of her exes that like ended on like decent terms, like good terms, or even like enough time has passed where any bad blood has just like dissolved. If she goes over and like just wants to catch up just platonically and just see what's been going on, how that person's been, like how are you gonna take that? Like what would your reaction be to that?
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
All right, to that first queen. You know what? That is exactly how men feel when they actually go on the dating apps and these single moms out there put in, my kids come first. Right after they put that, they put a thirst trap picture out there. Yeah, men get an ick too. And the ones who don't get an ick are already thinking, okay, this is for fun only category. I'm not going to take her seriously because she's obviously trying to thirst trap a stepdad in there. And the kid's already got a dad. I'm not going to pay for that crap. I mean, she may say that this is a package deal, and I'm pretty sure men are going to say, yeah, I see the package. I don't see the deal. But isn't it amazing when the roles are flipped and men are the ones who put my kids come first? Women get the ick? Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, the irony is not lost on this girl. All right, to that second queen. Where are the good men that want good women? Okay, sister, it's obviously you have not even bothered to find out what men are looking for. What do men want? Because all you did was spotted off a bunch of things that women are attracted to. Yeah, maybe the beautiful part and the cooking part. Yeah, that'll get you some points. But it's like you're expecting a championship ring when you usually just score about maybe 3 buckets a game. Not gonna happen, sweetie. You gotta understand that the reason you're not finding those men that you want is because you're not being the woman that that man wants. You are actually turning into the men that you are looking for. When you decide, hey, let me let go of this crap and let me embrace way more feminine things, become that soft, submissive, feminine woman that men want, and stop throwing these masculine things out there expecting a man to be attracted to masculine things, then you'll find that guy. All right, to that third queen. My young little queen. If you actually believe that women are perfect, okay, I've got a bridge to sell you in New York. I got some perfectly good swampland in Florida for you. Sweetie, I'm going to destroy your women are perfect kind of little theory with one key fact. If women are perfect, why are there so many single mothers out there? I mean, a perfect individual would not put herself in that position. A perfect individual wouldn't have children out of wedlock. A perfect individual would make the perfect choice in the perfect mate. Women are imperfect. They're far from perfect. And you're saying that women give and don't receive anything? Excuse me? Okay, so you're the ones who are out there working and paying most of the bills. You're the ones out there who are repairing things. You're the ones out there running the infrastructure, keeping it up and going. You're the ones out there creating wealth. You're out there making all these inventions. You're the ones out there mowing the lawn, throwing out the garbage, getting the spiders out of the house. You know, those little things. I could go on, but the only thing that's perfect about you is you're a perfect idiot. All right, to that fourth ditzy girl. Sweetheart, let me just tell you something. Let's say it's a first date or maybe even a third date and a guy's going out with a girl and she does that exactly that. Goes to talk to an ex. Oh, it's only platonic. If the guy's worth his salt, you know what he's going to do? He's going to tell you, hey, you know what? You're going to go talk to your ex. You could stay with him. I'm out of here. And I know you women love to say, oh, that's insecurity, this and that, yada, yada, yada. The question that men would ask immediately is, what do you need to talk to him about? You know, you're with me. What do you need to go over there to discuss? I mean, if the tables were turned and it was a guy talking to his ex-girlfriend, very few women would be cool with that. Put it this way. Is there anything about that conversation that you're going to have with your ex that is worth you risking the guy that you're with right now? I mean, if the guy that you're with right now doesn't say anything, that means one of two things. Either A, he's a desperate simp, or B, you think that he's so secure in himself that it doesn't bother him. When in reality, if it doesn't bother him, it means that he just doesn't care that much about you. He doesn't care if you leave or not because he considers you easily replaceable. Moving on.
I'm getting married to my own brother-in-law in a couple of months, and I really could give two f***s what my sister thinks about it. Before you come at me, you really need to listen to this story because it is extremely f***ed up and it's not on my end. My sister and my brother-in-law were married for 6.5 years. A year after they got married, they had my nephew. They had a perfect family, I would say. It was something that I really wanted in the future. I am 5 years younger than my sister, and my biggest thing has always been my career and making sure that eventually I had a really good future. So I was not focused on being with absolutely anyone. Because I was single, I would spend most of my time at my sister's house. My parents lived a couple states away, so it's not like I could have just driven to their house. Like, that would have taken me a couple days. I decided I'm just going to spend most of my time with my sister, and of course, her and I were extremely close, and I was extremely close with my brother-in-law as well. He was like my brother. Unfortunately, a couple months ago, my brother-in-law decides that he wants to go hiking. When he goes hiking, he does not come back the next day. My sister and I obviously start freaking out because he is an expert. He's really good at hiking and making sure that nothing happens to him. So we figured that by then he would have come home, but he didn't. So we did call the police. We wanted to put a report in just to make sure that he was okay. They sent someone in the area that my brother-in-law was supposed to be in, and they did find him. Unfortunately, he had fallen a lot of feet. I can't tell you exactly how many feet off of a cliff. And so because of that, he had to have his legs amputated. My sister and I were both very heartbroken, but I told my sister, I will be here for you and I will be here for him. If I have to quit my job to come and help you guys full time, I will. I told her, please, like, don't feel like you're alone. I will help you 100%. My sister did the complete opposite. After she found out that he had to have his legs amputated, my sister decided to up and leave, and she took my nephew with her. My sister's excuse as to why she wanted to leave is because my brother-in-law was useless at this point. He couldn't do anything for them. That's what my sister said. The reason behind her taking my nephew is because she said that since my brother-in-law can't even take care of himself, why in the f*** would he even take care of their child? At this point, she took most of the money out of their joint bank account and she just booked it. She went to another state. She went with another man, okay? Just to put it out there, that's exactly what she did, because she started to live with this man a couple days after she moved to this new state. So I figured this bitch had this planned. My brother-in-law did not have anyone. There was no one there for him. And I was not going to have him go through this entire thing on his own. I have a big heart. And I decided that I was just going to stay and take care of him. I could give two f***s what my sister thought. I could care less what my parents thought or what anyone else thought. At the end of the day, I was there to help my brother-in-law. Because I was spending so much time with him and because I was there through everything, like every challenge that my brother-in-law had, I kind of feel like him and I got extremely close. Not so much in a sibling relationship, but more, I really liked him. Like, I honestly fell head over heels for my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law and I did talk about it. Obviously, it's weird that, you know, he was married to my sister and then all of a sudden, like, him and I want to get married. But at the same time, my sister left him. It's not like, you know, there was cheating involved between him or whatever. It wasn't anything like that. She just completely gave up on the marriage, all because he was worthless to her. And so for me, in the back of my head, all I could think was, that's her loss. Okay, I found a great man. I was there for him throughout everything, and I deserve to be happy. And if he is going to be that man, then I am more than happy to get married to my brother-in-law.
All right, obviously there's like a lot more of the story that we don't know about, but there are a couple of things I could draw from this, because one thing I have to say is her sister was ready to leave him because he was useless. Let me just say this. I've seen enough of these videos to know how to decode this. There's something that wasn't said there. There is a high probability that her sister was already cheating on him and just wanted an excuse to leave him to go with that other guy. This was just a catalyst. This is just a little thing that pushed it over the edge. No pun intended. So she upped and left. And another thing that I am noticing here about this girl, even though I don't know much about her, she seems to be a big girl, and I think she's heavily tatted up. I am applauding her for sticking with the guy because she and him are happy. So, sister, you get my respect for that. But also, not that I'm a party pooper, but I think that you did find a great guy, but also I think your options were kind of limited there. But it all worked out. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise this gorilla if her sister actually planned on that. She banked on it. I mean, she probably saw it as a win-win. Yes, there's family drama, but I think the most important takeaway of this whole thing is notice how modern-day women will love a man conditionally. As she said, her sister called her now handicapped husband as useless. He isn't good for anything else. That's not uncommon. Plenty of women leave their men when they become handicapped. And then women have the nerve to ask why men are the way they are. Gee, this gorilla can only wonder.
You know what? Wow.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.